right, welcome back for math. We're going to do some more notes. We're going to kind of finish up our angles here. So we do want to make sure we don't forget the 4 different types of angles. And now we have a couple more that we want to add on, a couple more types here. Okay, so the first of the 2 types that we have on this last page of our notes is complementary angles. So our definition for this so 2 angles whose sum is 90 degrees. So again, remember sum means in adding that when you add 2 numbers together, you get a sum. Okay, so we're going to add the 2 numbers together of our 2 angles and it will equal 90 degrees. And we should remember that 90 degrees makes a right angle. Okay, so you can see this is a right angle. So we have 2 angles. We have this angle right here, this smaller one. And then we have this one that's a little bit bigger. And when the 2 get added together, they equal 90 degrees. So they are sharing this side of their angle, okay? So our little angle is 25 degrees. This one that's a little bit bigger is 65 degrees. So if we add those 2 together, so if we add our 25 and our 65, 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we do see these 2 numbers equal 90 degrees. They made a right angle. So now you can also do the opposite because you're going to have a worksheet where you're going to do this. So they're going to, okay, so you're going to have a right angle and they're going to give you 1. So they're going to maybe say this is 72 degrees. So you're going to find out this small angle and we'll just call it X, okay? So to find X, so here if you add the 2 together to get 90, if we have this 90-degree angle and we know one of the small angles, we can subtract to find the other one. So to find X, we will take our 90, we will subtract the one that we know. So we have to borrow here, make this an 8. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 7 is 1. So this angle right here is 18 degrees. Okay, so you're going to have a worksheet where you're going to have to do some of this. Okay? All right, so complementary angles, 2 angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Okay, so next, we have supplementary angles, and they're somewhat similar. So on this one, So it works very much the same, except instead of the sum equaling 90 degrees, they are angles whose sum is 180 degrees. And if you remember from the notes that we took on the 4 different types of angles, if it is a straight angle, it measures 180 degrees. So instead of making a right angle, it's going to make a straight angle. So you might have something like this. Okay, so if I add my 105 and my 75, 5 plus 5 is 10, carry the 1, 1 plus 7 is 8, and then 1. Okay, so they are two angles. Sometimes, usually it's 2, sometimes you might find 3 in there. But those angles will add up, find the sum of 180 degrees. So you're also going to have some similar to this. So the other worksheet, all of them will be straight angles. They will give you one angle. Okay, so it could be something like this. So you have your straight angle. We have it split. This angle right here. And again, they're sharing this side. So you have this angle here and this angle here. So this angle is 112 degrees. We want to find our x. So if we have 112 degrees, let me start that again. We're starting with our 180 degrees because that's this whole thing. We know the whole thing is 180 because it's a straight angle. We take away the one that we know, the 112. Do a little bit of borrowing. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have found out that this angle right here is 68 degrees. Okay, so you're going to have two worksheets. One will go with your complementary angles, and again, those equal 90. The other one will go with the supplementary angles, those equal 180. So you will take that and you'll subtract the angle that you know and find the missing one, okay? So I will have a Google form that you can type your answers into. Again, you can just use a little asterisk for your degrees, and just make sure you get those submitted back to me. So we'll talk to you again.